more confident, more comfortable in my teaching than I ever have been.
It gives me some solid guidelines of what I really need to remember to put in there, how I can structure a class so that everything between my 104 class or my 200 class, 300 or 400 class, that if the student knows what to expect when they come in.
The training is interactive and COLT team provides support throughout the process. By participating, I was able to identify my weaknesses in the course.
Some courses you feel a little bit like you're flying by the seat of your pants from one week to the next, and the COLT process sort of forced me to think that through at the beginning of the semester. So I think the students and I both have a little bit better expectation of what's next.
I think it's just made me much more thoughtful about the idea of learning outcomes than I've been in the past.
Now it truly, to me, feels as if it's more of an exchange of ideas and everybody's involved in the discussion.
So when you get feedback from a student that is, hey, I really like this is great, but this is really not that great, and if you can get them to explain why it's not great, it could be as simple as the instructions aren't as clear as you think they are. But when someone on the other side of the digital wall reads it, they may not be getting the same thing. So it's helped me to really clarify and sit back and be open to some criticism, constructively though.
By revisiting the student learning outcomes, I was able to better link my assessments with the course learning objectives.
It's really given me another way of looking at my class, looking at it from more of a student standpoint as opposed from a teacher standpoint.
Best practices are best practices, regardless of the format of your class. If it's an online, or if it's face-to-face, or if it's a hybrid. The things that we need to be doing that help student learning, they are significant regardless of the way that the course is being delivered.
One takeaway that I want to share is the importance of scaffolding, to really think about things that you are doing, that it allows students to have that support along the way as they develop their knowledge and skills, because that's really who really matters in all of this. It's the students, and what I'm finding is I'm more cognizant of the scaffold and different ways that I can build that scaffold for different types of students.
Don't be intimidated by it. It's a long list and it looks daunting, but when you get into it, there's a lot we're already doing. There are a lot of things that are on this magic list that we already do.
I think the course roadmap was probably the most useful thing, just plotting the whole thing start to finish.
Sort of road mapping what we're doing. So it helps me sort of guide us through the course of the semester in a more thoughtful way.
We do a voice thread, and the students do a self-reflection and give advice to the students for the next semester. And the students have been so excited about doing that for their future colleagues. That's been a real hit.
I think we tend to think of online classes very different than face-to-face, and they are in certain ways. But what makes good teaching and learning is, crosses those barriers.
By providing these multiple ways in which they are allowed to communicate with me, I'm able to answer their questions more timely and more effectively.
Assignment that I did in my public speaking class that I developed through COLT, now I'm doing the same thing in my face-to-face upper division class. And it's just really a joy to see the students discovering something new because they've not done something like this before.
Do it! Do it now!
Do it. Just do it.
If you're going to do this, be willing to experiment and don't get caught in this is how I've done it for the last 10 years and it's worked for me. That's great, it has worked, but is there a way we can make it work just a little bit better?
Doing the training and getting certification so that you can sort of evaluate classes strikes me as a valuable thing, that you get to see the way that different people do things and you learn from that. It'll get you thinking about new ways about what you're already doing, and then maybe inspire you to jump into doing something even more fully online.
Going through the COLT training allows you to identify weaknesses in your course. It gives you the tools and support to make the necessary changes to your course. And even if they're small changes, the cumulative effect of the small changes makes for a substantially better course.